Listen, I'm gonna try to keep it brief, but there's so many things I could say about this movie. I'm gonna keep my introduction short. My name is Devyn Eli on the internet streets. And I wanna start doing a thing where I talk about movies and shows, all things real. You see what I'm saying, all things real? Right. But for some reason, when it comes to Sinners, there's so many avenues I could take. This is one of the best movies I've seen ever. It's for damn sure the best movie I've seen post-COVID. Okay, that's hands down. Okay, but since there's so many places I could go with this analysis, I'm just gonna rapid fire read my notes. And if you want me to hone in on a particular topic or a particular point that I talk about, let me know in the comments and I'll do a whole video on that alone. These are my rapid fire Sinners thoughts. Here we go. So the first thing I have on my list is white women that don't claim to be white women and being given a pass into black spaces. Additionally, people of color being given passes into black spaces and how that can potentially be harmful. Two sides of the same coin, okay? Black women being the root of remembering who we are at the core. Because for some reason, black women have to save everybody. Black women always have to save everybody. Shout out to Annie. Shout out to Annie. Shout out to Annie. Good versus evil as shown in the twins and being represented as the angel and the devil on Sammy's shoulders. When it comes to money, going out into the world versus staying in Mississippi doing what you need to do. Angel, devil. Smoke, stack. The music scene. The music scene and the bridge between past, present, and future when it comes to black history, black music, black joy, black artistry. That scene, baby. Right. The building was burning around us and we kept dancing. The building was burning around us and we kept dancing. Using your voice. That's it and that's all. Using your voice. Whatever that means for you. Jim Crow and the KKK. And how we're still reaping the disadvantages of a post-Jim Crow era. And how old dudes said the KKK don't exist anymore. And how y'all are still saying that to this day. When everybody and their mama know that's a gosh darn lie. The vultures foreshadowing death in multiple scenes. Go back and watch it, baby. Go back and watch it. Multiple scenes. Choosing God and what that looks like for you. What is it that you need to give up? What are your vices? And do you want to choose God? The devil knows scripture too. The devil knows scripture too. The devil knows scripture too. When you are going out in that world, do not forget that the devil knows scripture too. Everybody can't prophesize over you. Everybody can't pray over your life. The devil knows scripture too. When Annie says, not you, when she's being bitten, because her brother bit her. Stack was her brother. And how that represents how we as black women can sometimes look for black men to help us out. And they are ultimately the one with their foots on our neck. With a white woman standing right behind them. Remick ceremoniously baptizing Sammy at the end. And the symbolism that is. Sammy went back to the church or God at the end of the movie, but he couldn't ultimately let go of the world or what the guitar represented as the world. When Remick says, I want your voice and your story, and how that's very, very reminiscent to the other members of the caucus community and how they choose to move about in the world. The balance of feeling like you're owed something because of your sacrifice and how that can lead to ultimately ruining your life. It can literally kill you, feeling like you're owed something for the sacrifices that you make. Remick using the idea of vampirism as freedom. Grace being the one to invite them in. And what that represents when it comes to people of color in Black spaces. And how people being ceremoniously invited to the cookout, or hypothetically being invited to the cookout, and then turning around and inviting others into the cookout. You had an invitation. You can't then give out invitations. The only person that got their happy ending was Mary. No one else technically got their happy ending. And Smoke ended up with freedom and felt like they were free. They were now with their baby. The only person that really got what they wanted in totality was Mary. Remick was an immigrant from Ireland, and that is a major part in why his character was so deep and not just a one-sided villain, and why you kind of like, well, you know? But also how he used his whiteness to try to infiltrate in, like, hey, I'm a good white. They did this to me too. Yeah, you still benefit. You're still the villain. Grace technically was thinking about what happened after that night, but that didn't give her the right to do that, okay? And also, Bo wouldn't have went outside if you weren't ready to jump ship at the first sign of friction, at the first sign of disaster, okay? And where does allyship stop? At what point is your allyship performative, or just when things are safe and comfortable for you? And what are you willing to do for money? What are you willing to sacrifice for money? What are you willing to sacrifice for power? Power was a major theme in that movie as well. I saw a comment that said everyone in that movie was exactly who they are and have always been. Exactly. Smoke was never going to be free with Stack. Ever. Christianity in the Black community and the Irish community, but specifically in the Black community, and how it can sometimes cloud our judgment and inform our decisions. White women will white women, and Mary thought her proximity to whiteness was going to be a shield for her, but it was not. As well as that, Stack thought her proximity to whiteness was going to be a shield for her and him, and it was not. Black men sometimes, let me say that, how Black men sometimes use white women as a way to proximity to whiteness. Why the fuck did that girl turn her back? You knew them people outside. You saw that man's eyes glow in the dark, and you turned your back to walk away? Irish people in indentured servitude, and how that ultimately colors who Remick is, and why he's so adamant about getting Sammy's voice so that he can connect to his people in the way that Sammy was able to connect to his people through his voice, and bringing back spirits and people from the past. Black people, people of color, indigenous folks, having a different level of discernment. All of us having a different level of discernment when it comes to white people and our proximity to whiteness. Ultimately, the whole movie being about white supremacy and how sometimes we can turn our back on each other, and how everything has to do with white supremacy and colonization and genocide and all the things. White supremacy. We as a people being able to find joy in spite, and you can put a list: joy in spite of white supremacy, joy in spite of death around us, joy in spite of grief, joy in spite of family friction, joy in spite of being broke, joy in spite. We will find joy in spite. And the last thing I have for my rapid fire is, what does freedom cost? I feel like I said, this movie is a analogy for white supremacy amongst other things, and there's so many different avenues that this movie took when it comes to race, religion, music, all the things. But I do feel like the ultimate question of the movie is, what will freedom cost you? And what do you think freedom is? What is freedom to you? And what are you willing to do for it? That's my rapid fire on Sinners. On my other videos, I'll be going a little bit more in depth with everything, but I just needed to get my thoughts on a video because I've been putting off videos for a while. I just wanted to do a rapid fire so I can put my thoughts on the screen and just say hey to you guys. It's been so long. Hey babies, you know, if you feel like I missed anything or you want me to go a little bit more in depth on anything, let me know in the comments. Leave a like, subscribe, all the YouTube sayings and the things. I hope you see it. I hope you love it. If you give it a 9 out of 10, I feel like you bullshitting. I'm gonna be honest with you, and I distrust your opinion. I do. Tell me what other movies you want an analysis on, if you want specific scenes from Sinners, or if you want me to go in depth with other movies. I'm gonna be coming back with more videos. Hopefully you guys enjoy it, and I'll see you in my next video. Okay, bye.